Good morning students. Now today we are going to discuss the next topic, that is motion of a charged particle in uniform magnetic field. So motion of a charged particle in uniform magnetic field, we know that whenever a charged particle Q moves in a magnetic field B with some velocity V, then in that case a magnetic Lorentz force will act on it, and the value of this Lorentz force is given by F is equal to Q V cross B. Okay, and the magnitude of this force is given by Q VB sine theta. So this is the magnitude of the force, and direction of force is perpendicular to both V and B. Since it is the cross product of V and B, so the direction is perpendicular to V and B. Okay, so now there are three cases which arises. So suppose we have a magnetic field perpendicularly inward. So we will represent this magnetic field like this. So this is a magnetic field in which the charged particle Q is moving with velocity V. Now three cases arises. Case 1, when the charged particle moves parallel to the magnetic field. Okay, so whenever charged particle moves parallel to the magnetic field, in this case theta will be equal to 0. So we'll put the value here, then the force will also be 0 because sine 0 is 0. So we will get 0 force. So in this case, whenever the charged particle moves parallel to the magnetic field like this, perpendicularly, so in that case no force will act and it will move in straight line. Okay. So it will move in straight line. This is the first case. Now let us consider the case 2, in which the particle moves in this magnetic field perpendicularly. So when charged particle moves perpendicular to the magnetic field B. Okay, so in this case the angle theta will be 90 degree. Okay, so if theta is 90 degree, then what will happen? The force will be given by QVB sine 90. Sine 90 is 1. So the force will be maximum. So that force will be given by QVB. Okay. So this is the case of maximum force. Now suppose this is the magnetic field in which a charged particle moves perpendicular to the magnetic field. Suppose this. Okay. So it is perpendicular. The magnetic field is like this, perpendicularly inward. The charged particle is moving with velocity this. Okay, so they both are perpendicular. So in this case, what will happen? A force will act on it, and due to this force, this charged particle, which is moving with velocity v, will move in a circular path. Okay, so it will start moving in a circular path, because the direction of velocity is towards this side. The direction of magnetic field is perpendicularly inward. So if we find the direction of force, then we will use right hand palm rule. So my fingers will be inward because the magnetic field is perpendicularly inward. It will show the velocity because the charged particle is positive. So my thumb will be in the direction of velocity. So the direction of the force will be perpendicular to that. So it will be perpendicular to both magnetic field and velocity. So the direction will be towards the center. So due to this, the magnetic Lorentz force will act on it in this direction, and due to that it starts moving in a circular path. So when it moves in a circular path, then this magnetic Lorentz force will provide centripetal force to the particle. So the centripetal force Fc will be equal to F, Lorentz force, or you can say Fm, that is the magnetic force. So Equating these two, we will get mv square upon r is equal to qvb. Okay, one v will cancel. So we will get the value of r from here, that r will be equal to mv upon qb. This is the radius of the circle in which the particle will move. Now if we have found out the radius, then we will next find out the time period of the revolution of the particle. Time period in which it will complete one circle. Okay, this is the velocity. So time period will be given by circumference upon velocity. Circumference is 2 pi r upon velocity v. Now we'll put the value of r from this equation. Then we will get 2 pi mv upon qv upon v. So this vv will cancel and we will get the value of time period as t is equal to 2 pi m upon qv. So this is the formula for the time period. So from here we can see that the time period does not depend on velocity or radius. It does not depend on velocity and it does not depend on radius, because if velocity will increase, then the radius of the circle in which it will move, it will also increase. So the time period will remain constant. And one more thing, this time period is inversely proportional to the charge to mass ratio, Q by N. Okay, it is inversely proportional, 1 upon Q upon N. Okay. Now we will find out the frequency. So frequency is 1 upon time period, so it will be QB upon 2 pi M. And this frequency is known as cyclotron frequency. So this is the motion of a charged particle when the velocity is perpendicular. Third case we will discuss in the next video.